So they have accused me, and I mean, of different things. But now they say that if I have to stop, if they have to paralyze me or break my legs or uh, hurt me or to stop being gay, that they would do it, and that they believe in a person breaking his leg or suffering an accident to stop drinking or help them stop their habit of choice. Uh, so in this case, they're using algorithms, they're using APIs, they're using intrusive operations through computer engineering, architectural uh, programs like AWS and so on. And so it bothers me because it's decoding and coding my channels or interfering with my T-Mobile. I don't have T-Mobile anymore, but it bothers me that I discovered that somebody has been using my T-Mobile account for convergence. I never knew what that is until I looked it up. So this telecommunication channel was being accessible by others that I don't know. The only person that I did know that bought me a T-Mobile SIM card is Jason, who is also a Navy SEAL veteran who also, I'm sure, works through cyber systems. And so because they don't want to fall under any lawsuit or countersue, they are constantly trying to figure out a way to accuse me of anything, just about anything. And they'll even research my history and bring up past altercations, confrontations, or whatever, so that they can reissue or start what is insisting a conflict altercation so that I can kill myself or get beat up, get arrested, or whatever. Another one is that the accusation of having my jaw shot off or put a pistol in my mouth or whatever. I don't care. It's not going to happen because I'm doing what the United States says that I should do. So that involves reporting a child pornographer. That also involves reporting my son being endangered. That also involves reporting sexual abuse. That also involves reporting unauthorized transmissions of digital data. That also involves reporting unauthorized incorporation or incorporating with foreign entities and engaging me into a residence program or registering me under a sort of rehab core program that I never consented to. What I really dislike is not just the breach, but the fact that it was exposed to many circles that I don't know or agree with. And the other one is the fact that it's very intrusive in starting or beginning an account or a corporate IT account, whether it's financial or not financial or health, and incorporating those electronic health records with their company or business entity for the purpose of involuntary servitude, enslavement, slavery. Either way, it goes against the 13th Amendment, which is anti-slavery. And that involves revealing anything that I consider private, meaning my emails, my passwords, my social security card, my Texas ID. Also, the idea that now there is a duck, or what I call ducks, who are telling everybody what I read and study and how I have sex or engage in sex, my sexual videos and that sort of stuff. I've been assaulted 3 different times. And the reason why there is a lot of aggression being manifested or induced around me is because the codes or the network or the channel that my cell phone or my communications or my teleservices is in is being configured or modified through coding and decoding of of channels of whatever megahertz it's on. I just know that it is outside of our normal scope of services or in regards to communications. It might be a military, so you could go search with a federal, or another thing is that I need assurance, and so I need to get in contact with a hybrid cloud agent to monitor my health data and any traffic or whatever data and files are being transmitted through whatever internet protocol that is also accessing and incorporating with my geolocation. I don't know what entity it is, and I still don't know how to play in those role play or whatever they do through those channels. I am not in a guild. One, I don't know how to send any whispers. I don't know how to do any screams. I don't know how to do any screeches. I don't know how to do any of those. I can remember those with any other fantasy medieval role playing games. But what I'm upset about is that there is no reason why I should be in it. So it's been downing me a lot, man. So now I'm poor. I'm living on the street. I'm behind a dumpster. Uh, so I hate it. Um, I found some companies that were mentioned to me that are with the telecommunication services, but exposing my sexual privacy is another thing. Is the fact that everybody knows that I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm homosexual" or I'm bisexual, because I don't consider myself. I don't say that at all. Why? Because if I like you and you dig it, I dig it. And if it's mutual, we're gonna fuck around. We're gonna fuck around. That's it. It doesn't have to be homo. It doesn't have to be tranny. It doesn't have to be drag. But I'm open. I'm free. Or whatever. So that means that if I want to try on a costume, like try on a skirt, a feminine dress, or play in mini skirts and fucking fishing stockings, I'm gonna do it. I don't like the idea that someone is making it seem like I'm prohibited from engaging in behaviors like that. And if I did, that's all what I leave at a personal, my Fourth Amendment, private and protected, meaning my cell phone, my records, my Google, my all of that. But because there's one person who exposed it to several others, I'm under a threat that if I continue to do that, they're gonna shoot me, or they're gonna kill me, or paralyze me, take my legs from me, or get shot in the head, because um, it's a spiritual entity that you call over yourself whenever you recited a prayer. That is the most vulgar lie. You don't just recite any prayers and fucking suddenly have a fucking beam of fucking energy coming out of you like fucking Goku or some shit. No, that doesn't happen. You have cell phones, but records, whatever communications. What bothers me is that there is a stored communications exchange or act. I don't know if it's an act or an exchange. Stored exchange communications or stored communications exchange that protects those cell site location information records, meaning your GPS, your wherever you're at. So if you can recall a case on file with the courts that is under United States or U.S. versus Carpenter, you will see that he expressed it as violating his reasonable expectation of privacy and the whole of his physical movements. So another thing is that I hate the idea that that's happening to me, and that you um, it enables artificial intelligence, or it has it active. I think it's military AI that is active, and even though I have not shared this with anybody, it's very important, and it's an issue that needs to be attended to and patched, because it's not a leak. I'm not a leak, and I won't share what I consider secrecy, but what I won't do is allow someone to play me for a fool or a dumbass into thinking that, oh, it's an engagement or it's an initiation into a fraternity, it's an initiation into an organization, and man, you're gonna be welcome with us, and we're gonna party and la 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 la. You're a brother now. No, it's not. If that was the case, my ID, my identity wouldn't have been exposed. My finger wouldn't have been chopped off, because my car also wouldn't have been set on fire. My mom's furniture wouldn't have been disappeared. Um, Cody, my sister's husband, wouldn't have punched me. Um, there wouldn't be several others who follow me around. And if you look at cameras, like at different like Walmart or at the mall or any, you will see that the guys or the people who are participating get behind me with the shopping cart, and they'll follow me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they stroll right behind me. So if I'm going down an aisle and I swerve to the right, they'll swerve to the right with me. And swerve to the left, they'll do it with me. And I don't like it. I need it to stop because I don't need you monitoring me and preventing me or prohibiting me from engaging in same sex. I like same sex. Yes, I like men. Yes, I like females. Too bad. It's not going to change. It's natural. That's all there's to it. Another thing is that my mom does not have any rights or authority to make any decisions for my name. Neither does Amo Bellbonds. Neither does Jason. Neither does Alfred. And neither does Gary. The bond was over a long time ago because one of them didn't like the idea that they saw through my phone pictures and videos of me playing it with a dildo. Larry, I think if that's his name, I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. The thing is that his network is T-Mobile, and I reported several times there and with the FTC. I want them to stop monitoring me and allow me to access my information. It's mine. It involves my social security card. And then you have this bitch who I keep hearing that keeps saying, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. Every time that I try to get into my files or into something that's important to me, she says, no, sir, no, sir. Or whenever I try to open up, create a new case, she's like, no, sir, no, sir. Like, bitch, I want to slap the shit out of you every time you say that. But I don't because I have ethics. I hate it. I go to different different hotels, and next thing you know, she's there again, slamming on keyboards or getting into my stuff, accessing my information, and not that. Anyways, I don't like mentioning my friends. I don't like the fact that it makes me believe that it's my own friends backstabbing me, or I don't know if they are. So it creates a confusion. What I don't like is the fact that my friend Gary, or old friend, I don't talk to him anymore, sent me a message saying, it's not fun when all your friends turn their back on you. And I remember this day because I was at Roy apartment when he sent me that message. Next thing you know, some guys came over and they mentioned something about detox and a guy getting shot or having to get shot in the bladder so I could detox, or I don't know what else. It's probably because of Gary, or I don't know. Another thing is that right afterward, after I read that message, I received a second message from Alfred that said, and he's the co-signer for my bonding company, that said, Black Phantom follows you. And another message that I got from him was, a text message was, have you seen my dub? And so he was referring to some 20 or something, I don't know. I don't want to be in that game. I don't want to be in a ritual, but I do know that on my Facebook, and I wish I could show it my Facebook, where he sends me posted on my timeline a long paragraph saying that next year or the following on this following date, you will begin experiencing a whole new journey, and you will have this amazing, and making it sound nice and beautiful and whatever. But what I didn't know is that he was really going to be, or someone was really going to be doing some form of execution. So I noticed that at some of my friends' house, I go visit, or some guys that I meet. Whenever I get into their apartment, all their clothes, the furniture is turned upside down and it's scattered, and everything's everywhere. Everything's everywhere. And I'm like, why is this happening? And it's not just one place. I go to another friend's house and they do the same thing. Everything's everywhere. It's scattered all over the floor. And then the first comment that they make is, I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's okay. I'm just going through my stuff because I'm moving, or I'm leaving, or I'm moving. And it's been repeatedly for several weeks or months at a time. They've been doing that on purpose or intentionally to convey a message that says that maybe that they want to execute me, or that he wants to kill me, or so it bothers me a lot, especially when I'm not guilty. Another thing is that I went to the hospital at Ben Taub, and I noticed that there was some foreign or strange activity, but I have not revealed it to anybody because I didn't know what it was. So there's a lot of stuff that's concealed, and that's okay. A lady said did something, and I believe that she either administered something into me, so it reaches my heart or my artery or valve, or So it bothers me because um, afterwards, while I'm bond with the AMO bail bonds, there was a group of people that were following the car of me while my mom was driving, and every time we got off into a store, those people, those guys had or ladies, which were mostly white cars or white SUVs. Um, they would click something. They had like a little clicker, and every time they did it, it would create a sensation, like a burning sensation, or like a sensation in my chest or around my heart area, and that bothers me. Um, Ever since then, I discovered a new file on my Harris Health Systems that is labeled under um, interactions with the legal system. The only way someone could do that is if you're like military knowledgeable and intelligent, like the Navy SEAL. Um, Again, I'm saying this because Alfred, I used to hang out with him a lot, and we got along real great. The only issue is that he told me while he was crying, and I asked him, "Well, why are you crying?" He says, "Because he says it's all my fault." He said he was blaming himself, saying it's his fault for introducing me to Jason or allowing me to meet Jason, who is the Navy SEAL veteran or whatever. There was a time whenever I met Gary, whenever I met up with Gary, and he told me, he asked me, this is after my Social Security card went missing in his room from our bedroom. We used to live that way. They used to be my partner. And so Garrett says, he asked me, how are you going to get a job if you don't have a social? So that kind of like confirmed or gave me a heads up. And then he asked me, he told me, he made a comment saying that you have a whole SEAL team in you or on you or on top of you or on top of your head or some shit, something like that. So that gave confirmation to Jason, Navy SEAL. He also said, if you ever see an eagle or whatever, that it represented him or whatever. So AMO Bail Bonds has an eagle. Jason, Navy SEAL, also uses an eagle. But what I don't like is that after he stole my Social Security card, I started receiving a lot of bill collector calls from various kinds of bill collectors. And what I don't like is that in this story timeline, there is a I guess the perception of the he's making it seem like it's the United States against me, abusing or accusing me, or it's the government against me, that they don't like me or they don't want me, and that's not true.